What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you guys might have noticed, I've got my turbo back. Yeah baby, I am so darn excited. This is the first time and the last time my fiance allowed me to put car equipment on the dining table. I convinced her, right? This thing is spotless. After I sent it in, we'll talk a little bit more about that now. The turbo came back magnificent. Let me show you guys quickly a little bit around it and you guys can see how beautiful it is. Oh my gosh, she is just beautiful. She came back in such a great looking condition. You know, and this is the thing that I didn't even send it in to be resprayed or look even good, but it came back and I am just so darn amazed. This turbo is spotless as it is standing over here. It looks so good. Just check out that turbine. So anyway guys, here is the turbo. So let's talk a little bit about what I've done to it. When I did remove it in my previous video, it was actually like in this time period between the two videos, it's been like a month. I'm not even kidding you guys. It was really darn difficult to get footage, especially with the car not running. Me waiting for payday to obviously take the turbo in and all of that stuff. So it was a little bit of a bummer. It took quite a lot of time. It was so darn frustrating. And like I mentioned previously, my fiance, soon to be my wife, we are getting married in 7 days. So I'm trying to like pre-record videos beforehand, and then yeah, we're gonna install the turbo after the wedding, and then we'll hopefully it's not gonna fall near Christmas, because then we have to install it after Christmas. This is such a delay, and then obviously I'm working through December as well, obviously just gonna be off for these wedding days. I took some leave. But anyway, so what they did to the turbo was they actually found that the exhaust shaft wheel, I will drop quickly an image for you guys on the screen, that the original one that was inside, they said to me that it's actually running lean or too hot. So, well, the engine obviously. So what it's causing is these little chunks being eaten out of the actual turbine wheel. I think, yeah, the turbine wheel. The compressor is on the intake side, if I'm not mistaken, and the turbine is on the exhaust side. So it's been eating some chunks out of the turbine, and then also, as you guys can see, it's been deformed just a little bit. Like you can see, here's a sharp edge, and over here it is not sharp at all. So in general, they said that the exhaust wheel has been influenced by once again a lean or running hot condition, which I really doubt is running hot. If you go way back in my channel, you would have seen like in the beginning that I actually did a PCV valve change. Right there, I diagnosed and showed you guys how to diagnose a PCV valve. It's got like a small vent coming out. You can actually touch it, and if there's air blowing out or air sucking in, you know your diaphragm is broken. So that ended up obviously being left with a vacuum leak, and it's obviously behind the MAF sensor. So it was uncalculated air going into the engine. So I also did back then get an alarm that actually did show me that your car is running lean. I think I even showed you guys in the video as well. So I think that is where the lean problem was actually coming from. But nevertheless, we had a complete shaft change. They changed the turbine at the back. They did a full recon, like completely reconditioned the turbo, cleaned it out, resprayed it, balanced it. And, oh yeah, let me show you guys. I actually got the balancing papers right over here. Okay, let me quickly switch the camera around. take this. Okay, no, I need you. It's paid for. Right over here is their entire warranty kind of thingamabob, which is actually very weird. Can I just show you guys? Sorry, I know the paper is dirty. I literally just sanitized my hands and I'm like, hey, yeah, you got to take this paper. Like, oh crap. But anyway, look at this. This is the warranty, right? Sorry, this is just out of perspective. So right over here, they say the catalytic converter must be removed before the installation of the new turbocharger. So you're in South Africa, it is not illegal to remove your catalytic converter. Well, on the internet, I say technically not illegal, but they don't say it is illegal. So for the warranty, we're gonna make sure we remove our catalytic converter, which is okay because we have already done it. And we go over to the next page. This is the passenger turbocharger certificate. Okay, so how this works is, as you guys can see, there is a green bar over here. So the red line you guys are seeing is not supposed to surpass the green line. If it does, you won't get a certificate at all. It will just keep on denying it until it's always in this bracket over here. Sorry guys, I can hear the dogs playing outside. So an average, you guys can see, turbine vibration level is 4. No evidence of oil leaks. They did the test on 51 degrees Celsius. This was the time. Turbo management, Gabby was the one who did it. IHI, which is Borg Warner, and then all types, RHF and everything. So this is pretty neat. So let's talk about the graph, okay? So this is the turbo vibrations level on the left-hand side. Obviously, the higher this red line goes, the more it vibrates. So I assume that 100 is when your entire turbo just explodes into pieces. So what you technically want to see, as I mentioned before, the red line should always be in the green line. So I did see a spike over here. So I actually asked him, how does this work? Because here it says speed, which is RPMs times 1,000, which means that 3,000 RPMs, 40,000, or am I wrong? Is that, yeah, 40,000, 50. So this is the speed of the machine rotating it at. So as you guys can see there, that's 110,000 rotations. So here you guys can see at about 85,000 RPMs, revolutions per minute of the turbo spin, it starts to jump a little bit of vibration, but it's still not a lot. If I actually have to follow it just below the green line, come on, focus. That is like 5. Do you guys agree with me? That is 5. Obviously, it's a bit higher, or maybe it's 4. Maybe this is showing the highest one, which could be kind of like 4, because you guys can see it's going down again. And that green line is a bit higher there, which means that will be like a 8, 7, 8 or something. So this is really cool, like how it's passing the vibrations levels and stuff. With me, obviously, I would have tried if I had to recondition this turbo, which would highly be impossible because I don't know what I will be doing. But anyway, if I had to do this, I would have tried to keep this line flat. But they told me the reason why they can't actually get it flat is because they gotta like grind off material from the turbo core. And every time they do that, let's say the turbo breaks in the future again and they gotta recondition the turbo again, then there's gonna be less metal to cut away. So at the end of the day, you're just gonna have to throw the core away and buy a brand new core. But also it's passing, so that is how they work, that if it's passing, then it's passing. You understand? It's like even though you passed your driver's license with 1 point for who knows what's sake, you still pass. You must still get your driver's license. So that is technically how they work. I'm just that guy that will go after that little bit more performance, but hey, I'm still happy it passed. That's gonna bug me, guys. That's gonna bug. I'm telling you, my next race, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna be like, no, it's this. It's because of this. Damn it. Damn it. I'm so happy. They were amazing. The thing that I loved about the people that actually checked out the turbo for me is that they disassembled it in their workshop. They brought the entire turbo to the front counter where I was obviously sitting at waiting for them, and they disassembled, well, it was already disassembled. They laid it all over the table and they brought it like in a nice crate, and it's got like nice sponge at the bottom. It's like, wow. This turbo is like living a better luxury than me now. But anyway, so long story short, they brought it out there. They laid everything in front of me. They told me that even though there was a bit of vibration, my turbo housing didn't get damaged at all. So for that, I'm very thankful. And that is probably why the cost was a little bit cheaper, because we didn't have to get that cleaned out or like smoothened out or whatsoever. But they did tell me that if I left it longer, it would have caused more damage in the long run. So yes, nevertheless, they showed me the shaft, they showed me everything, they told me this and that and this and that, like I've mentioned to you guys before, and I ended up just saying, just do this, just recondition it for me. So here is the part. I know this video is getting a bit long, I'm sorry, it was supposed to be like a 5-minute video again, but a lot of people is going to ask me now probably, why the hell didn't you make it hybrid? Come on, dude, I've been waiting for this entire time to hear from you that you hybrided it. So it's a difficult subject, all right? So let me tell you guys why. The amount of power you will get from a hybrid turbo is still amazing. I've seen people pushing like 280 kilowatts with a turbo hybrid S, okay? So there's one thing you need to know. This is the KO3 turbo, right? It's not the KO4, so it's the baby one. So they can actually put in a KO4 core. They can do it. They got to cut away some of the metal. But I have heard amongst the Audi groups that I'm in that people say that the Borg-Warner turbo has got very little meat to it, which means that as soon as they got to file the inside and make it bigger on the inside of the turbo, which means they're going to take some of the metal away. So you're going to have less meat, and they say your turbo is just going to be cracking the entire time. Literally just going to end up throwing the turbo away. It will be better to get a KO4 and then hybriding that one. So they also mentioned something about me that the Borg-Warner, the one I have, the metal of it is very, very bad. They say the Garrett one, you actually get a KO3 and a KO4 Garrett. They said if it was that one, it would have been so much better. But anyway, I'm stuck with my Borg-Warner, and I've literally been in a car that had a KO3 hybrid, and look, it will annihilate my car every day. Hands down, that was such an amazing go. But I think I want to chase a little bit more power. So it's just personally me. So I just thought to myself, okay, if I'm going to go now, hybrid this turbo behind me, we're going to be ending up spending a load of money, and the results we're going to get, I'm not going to be 100% satisfied with it. So I'll rather just wait a little bit and then save some up and then get myself something completely different. Like I want to reposition. Sorry, oh, my arm is getting lazy now. Sorry guys. Okay, let's try again. Okay, there we go. So I want to actually, yeah, what was I saying again? I remembered. I wanted to reposition the turbo higher in the engine bay. I want to be like opening my hood and be like, yo, everyone, check out this turbo. You understand what I'm trying to say? I want it to look a bit beautiful, but dropping in a big turbo in a normal engine that hasn't been forged or been made stronger in any way is really risky. I mean, I might pop a few valves or a piston or two, so I'm actually still deciding what I will be doing in the long run. So yeah, long story short, also one of the reasons why I just reconditioned the turbo is that I want to be able to test the car afterwards and be like, hey guys, I've tested my car 3 times. My times were kind of consecutive, like I got 15.1 to 15.3 the entire time, something like that if I'm not mistaken in my previous run videos. So now if we're gonna do recondition the turbo that had a little bit of play, we will be able to see that, hey, we went from 15.1 to 14.5. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed, everyone. So it will be great. Then I can actually tell you guys by feeling that, hey man, just reconditioning your turbo, if it had a little bit of play, actually it's worth it. It gives an amazing results. You get better times, your car feels more responsive. And one of the problems I also had with my car was the fact that the boost will kick in at random times. Like the one day it will just kick in at like 3,500 RPMs, but literally in that same run, I'll slow down and pull away again, and it will boost at like 2,000 RPMs, or I'll 2.5 obviously. So it is just up and down and everywhere. So long story short, this is going to be a good test run as well to see if it's worth it or not. It's going to be something for myself as well. At least the car is going to be a bit more reliable now. Who knows? Maybe we fix the smoking part as well. There's only one way to find out. But anyway, this has been taking way too long now. Thank you so much for watching. Do let me know what your opinions in the comments below, and I'll hear from you all next time. If you want to subscribe, hit the logo. I think it's this side. I think it's mirrored. And anyway, hit any icon on the screen to see something similar. But for now, peace out.